China, an immense stage filled with nature's wonders. Time has shaped hidden marvels that seem impossible. Human ingenuity reaches the most remote corners. Structures rise to meet every challenge. And what seems like barriers become opportunities. Today, we set off on a breathtaking journey through places in China that feel unreal. We'll reach the most difficult corners to access. Xiaojia Tiankeng. Located in Chongqing, it's considered the largest and deepest natural sinkhole in the world. So vast, it has its own ecosystem. From above, it looks like a giant crater surrounded by lush green forests. Inside lies a microclimate with high humidity, limited sunlight, and rare species of flora and fauna. Descending feels like stepping into a lost world that has remained untouched for millennia. Despite some sunlight reaching in, the bottom stays mostly dim, allowing life forms adapted to darkness to thrive. Zhijin Cave. Located in Guizhou Province, this colossal cave boasts extraordinary geological formations. Known as the most spectacular cave in Asia, it was accidentally discovered by a group of local explorers in 1980. It has expanded without destructive geological events for over 2 million years, explaining its current massive size. The cave features 12 kilometers, or 7.45 miles, of explored passageways and reaches a height of 150 meters or 492 feet, the equivalent of a 40-story building. Inside are strange geological structures like gypsum flowers, twisted columns, and stone veils. Near the entrance and in lit areas, mosses, ferns, and lichens thrive in the cave's constant humidity. Atelier Stairs. This metal staircase with thousands of steps connects the remote village of Atelier to the outside world. It climbs a sheer cliff face with a vertical drop of 800 meters or 2,624 feet. Striking images of children climbing rope ladders sparked the start of construction in 2016. In just 3 months, the local government completed the project, overcoming the altitude and difficult terrain. The stairs are dizzying. Some sections climb at a 70-degree angle. Adelier sits at the top, perched on the edge of a cliff that plunges 1,000 meters, or 3,280 feet, into the valley below. In the past, these cliffs acted as natural barriers, shielding the community from invaders and looters. Moreover, the mountain slopes offered fertile terraced soil, ideal for growing corn, potatoes, and other crops. Taklamakan Desert and Highway. This is China's largest sand desert, known as the Place of No Return due to its extreme conditions. Cutting through it is the remarkable Taklamakan Highway, stretching about 550 kilometers or 341.75 miles, the second longest road in the world built over shifting sands. Its construction was a major feat, overcoming constant sandstorms and conditions nearly unlivable for workers. Visibility drops drastically during sandstorms, making driving dangerous. The belt flanking the highway is called the Green Great Wall, made up of plant species adapted to desert life. It's a clever solution to prevent dunes from burying the road, helping stabilize the surrounding soil. Shanshan. Located in Xinjiang, this city borders the Kumtag Desert, part of the vast Taklamakan. It's a rare example of urban life coexisting with extreme nature. Locals say the sand doesn't advance, the greenery doesn't retreat, and the people don't move away. Described as a natural miracle, it thrives thanks to thousands of hidden springs under the sands and meltwater from the Tian Shan Mountains. Panjin Red Beach. Found in Liaoning Province, this unusual coastal wetland is dyed a striking red. Its color comes from a plant called Soeda salsa, which grows in these marshlands. Though the plant exists elsewhere, nowhere else does it cover such vast areas or turn so vividly red as it does in Panjin. When autumn arrives, the plant shifts dramatically in color, painting the entire wetland a deep crimson. Guangxi Sinkhole. In the Guangxi Autonomous Region lies a natural sinkhole as awe-inspiring as Xiaojia Tiankeng. Still largely unexplored, it has a strange ancient appearance. Over millions of years, mineral-rich underground water has carved out unique geological formations. A micro-ecosystem has formed inside, where ferns and other plant species thrive thanks to indirect light and high humidity. Gaoyiling. This area in Quanzhou features dizzying paths that wind along the narrow peaks of rolling mountains. Its dramatic landscape draws in many young photography enthusiasts. The ridgelines resemble natural roller coasters, with smooth yet sharply contoured slopes. Trails run along the thin crests topping the mountains. While generally safe, some sections are narrow and lack side railings, requiring extra caution. Once little known, the area rose to fame thanks to photos shared on social media. Anlong Pyramids. Located in Guizhou Province, these formations gained attention for their uncanny resemblance to the pyramids of Egypt. What looked like stacked blocks are actually rocks, formed about 200 million years ago. Local authorities have identified at least 15 such pyramid-like hills, with observation points and visitor centers now under development. Despite theories suggesting artificial origins, geologists confirm these structures are entirely natural. Wulong Geological Park. This geological region is home to the so-called Three Natural Bridges, created by the collapse of ancient caves. They form massive sinkholes that shelter isolated worlds, draped in dense jungle. Unlike some of the more remote spots we've seen, this natural park has established trails for tourists. Tianlong Bridge, with its fantastical otherworldly appearance, has served as a backdrop for major film productions. At the end of the route stands the Tianfu Post House, a reconstruction of an official inn once used by the Imperial Chinese government. Though remote today, it was once part of key imperial and trade routes through the mountainous provinces of southwest China. Qiantang River Tidal Bore. This is a massive wave that surges upstream against the current from Hangzhou Bay. It can rise over 9 meters or 29.52 feet and last anywhere from 30 seconds to 2 minutes, often followed by smaller secondary waves. Though stunning, it's incredibly powerful. There have been fatal accidents when people got too close or were caught off guard by the wave's force. Other tidal bores occur in the Amazon, the Severn River, and the Petty Kodiak, but Qiantang's is the largest and most intense. Pingshan Grand Canyon. This gorge stands as one of Hubei's natural wonders. Over thousands of years, water carved through rock to form towering vertical walls. In some spots, the passage is so narrow that only a small boat can get through. Not far to the west is the Shiziguan floating bridge, a walkway that rests atop the Qingjiang River. Built from waterproof steel and buoyant foam, it's anchored by chains fixed to the riverbed. It lies within a scenic tourist area, surrounded by mountains, valleys, and the calm waters of the Qingjiang. Wangxian Valley. Developed on the site of an old quarry, this tourist area features hanging houses, glass bridges, and man-made waterfalls. It draws inspiration from traditional Chinese architecture, with streets and buildings designed to resemble an ancient city. At nightfall, LED lights create a dreamlike Chinese fantasy world, with floating lanterns and even an artificial moon. Blue Tears of Pingtan. This natural phenomena appears along the coast of Pingtan in Fujian province. The glow in the sea comes from bioluminescence, produced by microscopic marine organisms. When the water is disturbed, these creatures respond by giving off a soft blue shimmer. It's one of the few places in the world where this spectacle occurs regularly and is visible to the naked eye. Zhangjiajie National Forest Park. This nature reserve in Hunan Province features stunning rock pillars rising from dense forests. There are over 3,000 of them across the park, with some reaching up to 400 meters, or 1,312 feet in height, appearing as though they float in the air. They were formed over millions of years as rain and humidity gradually eroded the softer layers of stone. Little by little, the land fractured, leaving behind these narrow, freestanding towers that withstood the test of time. The park is home to the world's longest glass bridge, suspended at 300 meters, or 984.25 feet, above the ground. You'll also find the Bailong Elevator here, considered the tallest outdoor elevator on Earth. Construction began in 1999 and finished in 2002, with the structure seamlessly embedded into the cliff face. Nearby lies Baijiang Gorge, which shares a similar landscape and features an elevated road cutting through the terrain. The scene is filled with pillar-like rock formations, covered in lush vegetation. Tiger Leaping Gorge. With nearly 4,000 meters, or 13,123 feet, of vertical difference between the riverbed and the surrounding peaks, it ranks among the deepest gorges on Earth. It was carved by the mighty Jinsha River, which is the name given to the upper stretch of the Yangtze River. The enormous volume of water is squeezed into a narrow passage, making it wild and turbulent. Legend says a tiger once evaded a hunter by leaping across the narrowest point. Today, a statue called Tiger Leaping Rock marks the spot. Mount Fanjing. Regarded as a sacred site, it features a striking vertical rock formation with 2 temples perched at its summit. One temple is dedicated to the future Buddha, the other to the historical Buddha, separated by a deep crevice. A narrow stone bridge connects them, symbolizing the spiritual journey toward enlightenment. Just reaching the top requires true devotion. Thousands of stone-carved steps must be climbed. Mount Hua. Known for its dramatic cliffs, this area is one of Taoism's 5 sacred mountains. For centuries, it has been a pilgrimage site where the faithful come to pray, meditate, and seek spiritual balance. The main ascent follows a steep path of countless steps carved into the rock. Along the way, there are Taoist temples, hermitages, and ancient shrines built into caves or perched on cliff edges. A side route leads to the infamous Plank Walk, constructed centuries ago by hermits and Taoist monks. Each visitor wears a harness and clips onto safety cables, moving carabiner by carabiner along the narrow path. Though secure, the trail gives the impression of hanging in midair. At the end stands the Chess Pavilion, balanced atop a solitary peak. Three Gorges Dam. Built on the Yangtze River, it's the world's largest hydroelectric power station by installed capacity. It generates nearly 10% of China's electricity, fueling national development and industrial growth. On one side of the dam sits the world's largest and most advanced ship elevator, engineered to overcome a height difference of 100 meters or 328 feet. This engineering marvel uses floating platforms, counterweights, pressure sensors, and hydraulic automation. A vessel enters the elevator chamber. Gates close around it, forming a massive water tank, and motors raise or lower the entire structure. Once the target level is reached, the gates open and the ship continues on its way. Yaxi Expressway. Located in Sichuan province, this highway is a masterpiece of engineering that cuts through rugged mountainous terrain. Its construction posed immense challenges, spanning zones with extreme elevation changes and high seismic risk. To complete the project, dozens of bridges, tunnels, and special structures were built to conquer the difficult landscape. Guilin and Yangshuo. In southern China, Guilin is home to thousands of mountains sculpted over millions of years by flowing rivers and rainfall. The crown jewel of Guilin is the Li River, winding gracefully through the peaks. It's crossed by elevated bridges that carry high-speed trains. Building these railways required the excavation of hundreds of tunnels and the construction of thousands of bridges. Sailing southward, one reaches the village of Yangshuo, the final stop along the Li River. Visitors glide down the Yulong River, a tributary of the Li, on traditional bamboo rafts. A cable car leads to Rui Peak, offering sweeping views of the breathtaking landscape. Tianmen Mountain. Amid towering peaks and winding roads lies this dazzling natural wonder. A spectacular mountain road with 99 bends ascends toward the summit, weaving through uniquely shaped hills. The Tianmen cable car is among the longest and highest in the world, stretching 7.4 kilometers or 4.6 miles, and taking 30 minutes to reach the top. Crowning the route is the Heaven's Gate, a natural arch said to link the earth with the sky. To reach it, one must climb the Stairway to Heaven, 999 stone steps symbolizing good fortune and eternity. Daceyan Hanging Temple. Nestled in Daceyan, a mountain of volcanic rock, this temple appears to cling to the cliffside. Its main structure is anchored by wooden beams embedded directly into the rock face. Originally built in the 8th century during the Tang Dynasty, it was later restored during the Ming and Qing periods. The temple is dedicated to Guanyin Bodhisattva, the goddess of compassion deeply revered in Chinese Buddhism. Yanjin. Known as the narrowest city in the world, some sections of Yanjin are less than 30 meters or 98 feet wide. The Nanxi River cuts the city in two, and due to limited horizontal space, many buildings are built right up against the water's edge. The shortage of space has resulted in very few roads, often leading to traffic congestion. Duge Bridge. Standing 565 meters or 1,853 feet above the ground and stretching 1.3 kilometers or 0.8 miles, Duge Bridge ranks among the tallest in the world and is hailed as a modern engineering marvel. Its construction faced numerous technical challenges, including mountainous terrain, thick fog, high winds, and limited access. Engineered to withstand earthquakes and extreme weather, The bridge is designed to last at least 100 years. Wulong's Flying Kiss. Two massive kinetic sculptures star in this astonishing feat of moving engineering. The metallic giants slowly rotate toward the edge of a cliff, coming close enough to give the illusion of a floating kiss. Each figure stands 52 meters or 170 feet tall and holds a circular platform in one hand as if offering a flower. The platforms rise gradually, spin toward the cliff, move closer, then retreat. A full cycle that takes about 10 to 15 minutes. Longmen Grottos. Carved into the limestone cliffs by the Yi River, these rock faces serve as a canvas for intricate and devotional Buddhist artwork. There are thousands of small caves and tens of thousands of sculptures, ranging from delicate carvings to monumental Buddhas. Most depict the historical Buddha, alongside celestial guardians and other Buddhist figures. The Fengxian Cave houses the largest statue, the Vairocana Buddha, regarded as a masterpiece of Buddhist art. Hukou Waterfall. Ranking as the second largest waterfall in China, it holds the title of the biggest yellow water cascade in the world. The Yellow River rushes through a narrow channel, plunging down with immense force and creating a waterfall that resembles a boiling cauldron. During spring and summer, the water volume increases due to snowmelt and seasonal rains. Its yellowish hue comes from the heavy load of loess, a fine, silty sediment carried by the river. Great Wall of China. Winding like a stone serpent, this fortification was built to shield China from northern invasions. It spans mountains, valleys, and deserts, stretching nearly 21,000 kilometers or 13,048 miles. Construction took nearly 2,000 years, with most stones transported by hand or animal labor. It's estimated that around 10 million people contributed to its creation. Erecting it in mountainous regions was a major challenge, requiring creative solutions to carve out the terrain. Watchtowers served as lookout points and communication hubs, using fire and smoke signals to transmit messages over vast distances in minutes. Leshan, Giant Buddha. Seemingly rising from the mountain itself, this monumental figure gazes calmly over the meeting point of 3 rivers in Sichuan province. Standing 71 meters, or 232.94 feet tall, it's the largest stone-carved Buddha statue in the world. It was built with the purpose of protecting sailors from the river's dangerous currents. The massive head alone measures nearly 15 meters, or 49 feet. Each leg is 20 meters, or 65.61 feet long, both bent in a meditative pose. Guoliang Tunnel. This mountain once posed an insurmountable barrier, until a road was carved through it. The villagers of Guoliang
cut off from the outside world, hand-dug the tunnel themselves between 1972 and 1977. "13 people completed most of the tunnel using only basic tools, with no access to heavy machinery. Locals call it the tunnel that does not tolerate mistakes, as a single driving error could be deadly due to its narrow lanes and steep drop-offs." Zhangye Danxia National Park. Nicknamed the Rainbow Mountains, these formations are known for their vivid hues, greens, yellows, and oranges. They offer a window into Earth's past, shaped over at least 100 million years by natural forces. The mountains take on a variety of whimsical forms: sharp peaks, valleys, and gently rolling hills. Wind, water, and an arid climate play a crucial role in their ongoing sculpting. Langgang Tiankang. Like a monumental scar on the earth, this natural sinkhole amazes visitors to the Langgang National Geopark. From above, it resembles a massive crater, with vertical walls draped in forest. Legend says a dragon once guarded the place from the depths of the chasm. Within the same park lies the Walk in the Clouds, a transparent glass platform built along the cliffs. Mount Longhu. Revered in Taoism and located in Jiangxi, it stands out for its steep cliffs and suspended trails leading to sacred sites. It's shrouded in myths, including the tale of a dragon and a tiger appearing during the forging of an immortality pill by a Taoist master. Among its most intriguing spots are the cliffside hanging tombs. Placing the dead this way was believed to guide the souls of loved ones toward the heavens. Dongtai Jinai'er Lake. This natural wonder, nicknamed China's Maldives, rests in the heart of the Qaidam Desert. High concentrations of lithium and other mineral salts give the water its striking blue color. The lake's shores are covered in salt formations, creating fascinating textures and firm enough surfaces to walk on. Shanghai. A global hub of finance, commerce, technology, and culture, Shanghai ranks among the most populous megacities in the world. Following the Opium Wars, the city was forced to open to foreign trade, triggering its transformation into an international port. Its skyline is distinctly futuristic, with landmarks like the Oriental Pearl Tower, a telecommunications structure made up of 5 large spheres. Shanghai Wujiaochang is a modern shopping and entertainment center, marked by a massive suspended ring over a road junction. The maglev train, connecting Pudong International Airport with Longyang Metro Station, is the world's first train to operate using magnetic levitation. It holds the record as the fastest train in the world, capable of reaching speeds of 431 kilometers or 267.81 miles per hour. Chongqing. Surrounded by jagged peaks and constant mist, this sprawling metropolis has earned nicknames like the City of Fog or the Mountain City. Its buildings give it the air of a city of the future. Part of the city is built around sloping terrain, adapting through complex engineering solutions. It boasts one of the highest concentrations of bridges on the planet. Among them is the Dongshuimen Bridge, linking Yuzhong and Nan'an across the Yangtze River. To cross the river, residents often use an aerial tramway that has served as daily transport for decades. The city's light rail system blends features of a metro and monorail, designed to suit Chongqing's challenging topography. At Lizaba Station, the train famously travels through a building via a tunnel located between the 6th and 8th floors, an innovative solution to urban constraints. Another must-see is Hongyadong, a district with traditional-style buildings arranged on tiered terraces filled with restaurants and shops. Harbin, capital of Heilongjiang Province, Harbin is nicknamed the Ice City for its bitterly cold winters. In the 20th century, it became a multicultural hub with Russians, Poles, Jews, Germans, and Japanese, shaping its architecture, cuisine, religion, and overall culture. Winter temperatures can drop to minus 30 degrees Celsius or minus 22 degrees Fahrenheit. Each year, Harbin hosts the International Ice and Snow Festival, featuring intricate sculptures carved from snow and ice. The creations range from replicas of famous landmarks to dragons, fantasy castles, temples, animals, and mythical figures. Snow is compacted and shaped with chisels, knives, and other precision tools to bring these frozen masterpieces to life. Wutaishan. One of the 4 sacred Buddhist mountains in China, Wutaishan is located in Shanxi Province. Dozens of active temples are perched on mountaintops and along cliff edges. the mountain is revered as the spiritual domain of the Bodhisattva Manju Shri, a being who guides humans toward enlightenment. In Buddhism, the higher the elevation, the closer the connection to the spiritual realm. Shanxianjiu, Scenic Area. Situated in Zhejiang Province, this region is known for its unique volcanic geology. According to legend, Emperor Zhenjiang renamed it the Residence of the Immortals. Interwoven trails wind along cliffs and mountains, forming flowing, whimsical shapes. The Ruyi Bridge, with its curved and futuristic silhouette, blends into the landscape without disturbing its natural harmony. Its three walkways mirror the shape of a ruyi, an ancient symbol of power and prosperity. Mount Taimu. In Fujian, this mountain is known as the Sea of Immense Wonders, famed for its peaks, mysterious caves, ancient temples, and ever-present mist. It resembles a stone ocean, with hundreds of rock formations rising from the subtropical forest. Well-maintained trails cross the terrain, granting access to remote areas. Safety railings line the paths, offering sweeping views of the forest, valleys, and nearby mountains. One trail leads to the Hanging Copper Temple, an ancient Taoist sanctuary partially suspended over the void. Hainan. China's southernmost island province lies in the South China Sea. Thanks to its warm, humid climate, lush nature, and laid-back lifestyle, it's often called the Chinese Hawaii. The beaches are lined with white sand, palm trees, tropical greenery, and clear turquoise waters. In Sanya, on the island's southern coast, stands a statue of Guanyin with three faces, each expressing peace, wisdom, and compassion. Furong. This ancient and picturesque village in Hunan rose to fame across China after serving as the filming location for the 1980s movie, Furong Jian. It sits on both sides of a waterfall that cascades right through the center of the village. In ancient times, the place was known as Wangzun, and its waterfall was already admired by poets and merchants. Beneath the cascade, there's a path where visitors can walk behind the curtain of water and view part of the village. Laojun Pavilion. This complex of temples crowns the summit of Mount Laojun. It is dedicated to Laozi, who is said to have meditated here and attained enlightenment. The two main pavilions are perched on twin peaks, connected by a pedestrian bridge that floats in the air. Visitors typically begin with a cable car ride, followed by mountain trails and suspended walkways. Naladi grassland. These alpine meadows in the Tian Mountains have traditionally been used by nomadic communities for grazing livestock. Rolling green hills are laced with streams and framed by snow-capped peaks. For centuries, this area was part of the trade and migration routes of Central Asia, playing a key role in the Silk Road. In the spring and summer, the pastures burst into bright green and are covered in wildflowers, creating a colorful landscape. Meishan. Regarded as one of China's sacred Buddhist mountains, this peak is located in Sichuan province. At the summit stands the Golden Summit Temple, often rising above a sea of clouds. On clear days, even the Himalayas can be seen. The golden statue of Samantabhadra atop the mountains represents the Bodhisattva Samantabhadra, one of the central figures in Mahayana Buddhism. It rests on 4 white elephants facing the cardinal directions, symbolizing wisdom, purity, and spiritual strength. Chengde. Located north of Beijing in Hebei province, this prefecture-level city holds great historical and geographical importance. As the Qing dynasty's summer retreat, it houses a complex of Buddhist temples built in Tibetan and Mongolian styles. It includes the Putuo Zhongcheng Temple, a partial replica of the Potala Palace in Lhasa. Shuangta Mountain, or Twin Pagoda Mountain, is a unique geological formation in the southwest part of Chengde. The pagodas atop it are believed to be around 1,000 years old, though their origins and purpose remain a mystery. Not far away is Qingchui Park, a striking rock formation that resembles a slender stone column. Jiuzhaigou National Park. This nature reserve in northern Sichuan stands out for its crystal-clear waters, waterfalls, and dense forests. Nestled in a remote mountainous region with little human presence, its waters come from glacial melt, ensuring exceptional quality. Noh Rilong Waterfall lies within the park, having flowed for centuries and creating natural terraces. In this mountainous area, it's possible to spot giant pandas, which inhabit zones that are hard for tourists to access. They are naturally solitary, except during mating season or when mothers care for their young. Known for their calm and peaceful nature, they are iconic to the region. The red panda, an endangered species, also lives in these mountains and spends much of its life in trees. They are shy and elusive around humans, making it difficult to observe them directly in the wild. Yongtai. Built in 1608 during the Ming Dynasty, it was intended to protect trade routes from northern nomadic tribes. The town was designed in the shape of a turtle, symbolizing longevity and strength. Over time, Yongtai's population has declined, dropping from around 1,500 residents in the 1950s to about 100 today. Bingling Temple. Hidden in a canyon along the Yellow River, it looks like something out of a fantasy novel. Wooden walkways have been built to let visitors explore the caves and carved out figures on the cliffside. The site holds hundreds of stone and clay sculptures, along with dozens of mural paintings. The centerpiece is the Great Buddha of Bingling, a 27-meter or 88.58-foot statue carved directly into the rock wall. Qilin Canyon. Near the border with Nepal and close to Mount Everest, this canyon features geological formations resembling a stone forest. Its blend of rocky towers, desert-like terrain, and snowy Himalayan peaks creates a dramatic landscape. Rising from the ground are columns of limestone, sandstone, and shale, lined up like an army of obelisks. Though it looks like a desert, it lies in a high mountain zone. Nighttime temperatures can be colder than the Arctic, even in summer. Icon Hot Springs. Known as the Devil's Eye, this natural hot spring is located in Qinghai. The round shape of the central eye is unusual for natural springs, which typically have irregular outlines. Its vibrant colors come from minerals like sulfur, iron, and copper, which rise from deep underground and accumulate on the surface. Detian Waterfall. This tiered waterfall system lies along the border between southern China and northern Vietnam. It's considered the second largest transboundary waterfall in the world, after Iguazu Falls. 75% of the falls are in China, while the remaining portion lies in Vietnam, where they are called Bang Yak Falls. They cascade over limestone formations, layered at different heights, forming an irregular series of drops. Emerald Lake of Mangya. This artificial lake amazes visitors with its vibrant green and turquoise waters. It stretches across a broad salt flat made up of pools of varying sizes and elevations. White salt pathways divide the pools, creating a mosaic-like visual effect in shimmering green tones. The different mineral concentrations in each pool
give rise to various watercolors, ranging from light green to deep emerald. Longji Rice Terraces. These agricultural terraces in the Guangxi region were built 700 years ago during the Yuan dynasty, when communities had to adapt to challenging terrain. They are arranged along steep mountain slopes, often on very sharp inclines. An ancient gravity-fed irrigation system waters the fields, channeling rainfall and natural mountain springs. Huangguo Shu Waterfall. The largest waterfall in China is located in Guizhou Province. Its waters cascade over natural steps, forming multiple levels and a fine mist where rainbows sometimes appear. Admired for centuries, the waterfall was praised for its beauty in historical texts from the Ming Dynasty. Puzhe Scenic Area. This national park in Yunnan Province is known for the variety of species and habitats within its aquatic ecosystem. Its landscapes resemble those of Guilin, but are far less crowded. In summer, thousands of lotus flowers bloom, turning the region into a colorful, fragrant, natural paradise. The scenery is said to resemble a living watercolor, evoking traditional Chinese ink paintings. Yardang National Geopark. Located within the Gobi Desert, this geological nature park features a desert landscape. Once considered inhospitable, it was feared by ancient traders for its extreme conditions and known as no man's land. Wind and sand, blowing consistently from the same direction over time, have carved out long, narrow formations called yardangs. Their sharply defined contours often resemble ancient structures, like towers or fortresses. Yiliang Jiuxiang Scenic Area. Near Kunming in Yunnan Province, it is known as the Museum of Karst Caves. Over millions of years, underground rivers, rainfall, and tectonic activity have formed these vast cave systems. The upper grottos feature stalactites, stalagmites, underground rivers, waterfalls, and natural bridges, creating a nearly magical landscape. In the lower levels where the water is present, collapsed cave roofs have formed canyons and natural pools. Anjihai Grand Canyon. Carved over millennia by the relentless flow of the Anjihai River, this gorge features cliffs in striking colors. The river carries sediments that form visible reddish layers. a result of high concentrations of iron-rich minerals. Though ancient, the canyon only gained widespread attention recently, thanks to aerial images shared on social media. Mogao Caves, also known as the Thousand Buddha Caves. This complex of Buddhist temples is located near Dunhuang in Gansu Province. They're carved into a sandy hillside and consist of around 492 individual caves. Inside, thousands of Buddhist statues are preserved, along with narrative murals that depict key moments in the life of the Buddha. Yungang Grottos. Recognized as one of China's 3 greatest Buddhist cave complexes, along with Longmen and Mogao. There are 45 main caves, hundreds of small niches, and tens of thousands of carvings reflecting Indian, Central Asian, and Chinese influences. Created during the Northern Wei dynasty, the grottos aimed to spread Buddhism and reinforce imperial authority. Despite centuries of decay and vandalism, much of the original site has survived, thanks to its sheltered location and restoration efforts. Qinghai Red River. This unusual natural phenomenon occurs in a section of the Ulan Moron River, where the water appears red. The coloration comes from mineral particles rich in iron oxides and other compounds that tint the river as they're carried downstream. Jianglang Mountain. Part of the Xianxia mountain system, this range is known for its 3 towering vertical peaks, Lang, Ya, and Ling. A network of trails leads visitors to the summit. The Great Celestial Line Trail cuts through a narrow natural passage between peaks that seems too close and overhead, letting in only slivers of light. Hotowan. An abandoned village on Shengshan Island, part of the Shengsi archipelago, where nearly all the houses are draped in lush greenery. It was established in the 1950s by local fishermen. At its peak, the village had thousands of residents, complete with schools, markets, and a small harbor. During the 1980s and 1990s, its remote location and lack of resources triggered a massive exodus, eventually leaving the village deserted. Guangzhou. This strategic port metropolis in southern China is the capital of Guangdong Province. For centuries, it served as China's gateway to the outside world. It was the first port open to international trade, welcoming ships from Europe, India, and Africa. Today, it's an economic powerhouse with productivity that rivals entire nations. As dusk falls, Guangzhou transforms into a futuristic cityscape, with the Canton Tower glowing in a cascade of multicolored LEDs. Another iconic structure is the Guangzhou Circle Building, a circular skyscraper standing along the Pearl River. Guangzhou's railway network ranks among the most advanced globally, featuring high-speed trains throughout southern China. Chengdu. The capital of Sichuan province is nicknamed both the Panda City and the City of Slow Living due to its calm, easygoing vibe. In medieval times, it became the first city in the world to produce paper money. Today, it strikes a balance between modernity and nature, with lakes, sleek towers, and a vibrant downtown. Urban growth has been impressive, with skyscrapers, malls, and tech districts springing up rapidly. A local panda breeding and research center provides care and study for individuals of all ages. Guose Tianxiang Water Park is part of the larger Guose Tianxiang theme park complex in the Wenjiang district. One of its highlights is the wave pool, which mimics a beach setting with artificial turf. Chongqing Puhua Underground River. Over countless generations, natural forces have carved an intricate maze of gorges and caves throughout this region. Side striations clearly reveal geological layers formed over thousands of years. Minerals seeping through the rocks give the river its vivid bluish-green color. Maijishan Grottos. Tucked into Maijishan Mountain, surrounded by dense forests, the earliest caves were carved in the 4th century, with construction continuing for nearly 1,000 years. Emperors and nobles commissioned statues and murals to seek protection, blessings, or spiritual merit. The grottos are linked by wooden walkways that zigzag across the steep mountainside. Jianyan. A historic town tucked away in the mountains of Guizhou province. The Wuyang River flows through the village, dividing it into halves that symbolize the balance of yin and yang. The 600-year-old Jusheng Bridge stands as the town's defining emblem. Bajiao Shan. Part of the Danxia mountain system, between the provinces of Hunan and Guangxi, its peaks rise from misty forests that wrap the mountains in a mystical atmosphere. Suspended walkways have been built along the cliffs. They are crafted using traditional techniques, without modern machinery, and are designed to blend into the landscape without disturbing it. Chaka Lake. Located in Qinghai Province, it sits at about 3,000 meters or 9,842 feet above sea level. The lake's waters constantly evaporate, leaving behind vast salt deposits. It's also known as the Mirror of the Sky, for its ability to reflect the heavens. In some areas of the lake, local artists carve figures of people, animals, and spiritual symbols out of the blocks of salt. Blue Moon Valley. Nestled at the foot of Jade Dragon Snow Mountain near Lijiang, the valley owes its name to the deep blue hues of its waters, especially under moonlight. Glacial runoff from Baishui Glacier forms small cascading waterfalls across natural terraces. The setting is a mix of dense pine forests and alpine meadows, with the majestic Jade Dragon Snow Mountain in the background. Budi Temple. An ancient Buddhist temple in Guizhou Province, built inside a natural cave. Its exact founding date is unknown, but it's believed to be several centuries old. Due to its remote location, it's hard to reach and lacks clearly marked trails. Qianhu Miao. The largest Miao ethnic village, located in Guizhou Province. With a history stretching back nearly 2,000 years, the Miao people are mentioned in records that describe their migration to China's southwestern highlands. Many of the homes are centuries old, passed down through generations and built using traditional wooden joinery. The Baishu River runs through the village, which is surrounded by terraced rice fields and forests. Though farming has long been their main livelihood, locals have increasingly turned to tourism as a new source of income. Hong Kong. A special administrative region that has belonged to China since 1997, after being a British colony for over a century and a half. It enjoys a high level of autonomy under the one country, two systems principle, which allows it to maintain its own legal, economic, and political frameworks. With around 1,500 skyscrapers, it surpasses any other city in the world. It's also one of the most densely populated regions on the planet. Culturally, Hong Kong is a blend of East and West, where both Chinese New Year and Christmas are widely celebrated. Street markets are a vital part of its cultural and social life, alive with neon lights, bustling vendors, and an incredible range of goods. Food tends to be affordable, offering a mix of Cantonese flavors, Southeast Asian influences, and even British touches. One of the city's major infrastructure projects is the Hong Kong-Zhuhai-Macau Bridge. It's the longest sea-crossing bridge in the world, stretching 55 kilometers or 34 miles, and includes a massive bridge, an underwater tunnel, and artificial islands. Shilin Stone Forest. A vast expanse of limestone outcrops located in Yunnan Province. Some sections are so dense and maze-like that getting lost without a guide is quite easy. Around 270 million years ago, this area was covered by ocean. Tectonic uplift exposed the rock to the elements, and over millennia, acid rain and temperature shifts sculpted the pillars and crevices seen today. Suzhou. On the shores of Lake Taihu and near the Yangtze River Delta, this city in Jiangsu Province is nicknamed the Venice of the East due to its intricate canal network. It features traditional water villages with homes built right along the water's edge. The Beijing-Hangzhou Grand Canal runs through the city at 1,800 kilometers or 1,118 miles long. It's the longest man-made waterway on Earth. The architecture is strikingly futuristic, from upscale malls to vibrant cultural and artistic venues. One standout is the Gate to the East skyscraper, nicknamed Suzhou's Pants, which lights up with thousands of LEDs projecting animations and artistic displays. Nanjing. Capital of Jiangsu Province, it is recognized as one of China's 4 great ancient capitals, along with Beijing, Xi'an, and Luoyang. It served as the capital of several dynasties and became the first provisional capital of the Republic of China in 1912. The Nanjing City Wall, nearly 600 years old, is one of the most extensive and best preserved urban defense structures in the world. The Qinhuai River Scenic Area flows through the old city and past the Confucius Temple, a historic hub for learning, worship, and civic life. Wutong Avenue dazzles in autumn, lined with hundreds of oriental plane trees that grow in seasonal colors. Among the city's modern feats is the Shijiao Lake Bridge, which links the districts of Lishui and Gaochun, with a 4-lane highway and a dual-track metro line. Danxia Mountain Scenic Area. A natural park in Shaoguan, home to towering rock pillars and dramatic red cliffs. Its peaceful environment has made it ideal for prayer and meditation, and small Buddhist temples and altars have been built atop the peaks. Some of the natural formations resemble human figures, including the well-known Yangyuan Rock. Sanmen Xia Underground Dwellings. An architectural tradition that emerged centuries ago in northern China. Caves are dug into clay hillsides or the ground, forming livable underground complexes. This setting naturally protects against wind, heavy rains, and in ancient times, enemy raids. These dwellings were widely used during the Tang and Song dynasties, and became a common home for millions in the north of the country. Red Forest Anhui. In autumn, these forests glow with shades of red and gold, thanks to species like bald cypress and dawn redwood. While similar forests exist elsewhere in the world, the presence of these trees in a subtropical aquatic setting is exceptionally rare. The trees grow in swampy areas, giving the landscape a shadowy, mysterious appearance. Fenghuang Gucheng. Located in Hunan Province, this ancient city has preserved centuries of history and tradition. It stretches along the Tuojiang River, which flows through its heart and shapes daily life in the town. The historic center is filled with traditional architecture from the Ming and Qing dynasties. Its streets are paved with age-worn stone slabs, many of which have been walked on for hundreds of years. Jiaohe. Once the capital of the ancient Cheshire Kingdom and a key trading post on the Silk Road, the city remained inhabited until the 14th century. Its position between two river valleys gave it natural defense against invaders. Buildings were made from compacted clay and mud, materials that the desert climate has helped preserve in remarkable condition. Amazingly advanced for its time, the city was laid out with straight roads and a clear separation between residential, administrative, and religious zones. Macau. A special administrative region, it was a Portuguese colony from the 16th century until 1999, when it returned to Chinese rule under the one country, two systems model. It lies on China's southern coast, at the mouth of the Pearl River, southwest of Hong Kong. Macau blends Portuguese colonial districts, Baroque churches, 17th century forts, traditional Chinese temples, and modern skyscrapers. The colonial legacy remains visible in its architecture and in its continued use of Portuguese as a co-official language, with landmarks like the 17th century St. Paul's Church, built by Jesuit missionaries. Nicknamed the Las Vegas of Asia, Macau actually surpasses its American counterpart in gambling revenue. Hengshan Hanging Temple. This religious complex was built into a sheer cliff face of Mount Hengshan near Datong. It is supported by wooden beams and pillars driven directly into the rock, making it remarkably resistant to earthquakes and the passage of time. The cliff shelters it from wind, rain, and snow, allowing the structure to survive for over 1,500 years. Tsaparang. From the 10th to the 17th century, it served as the capital of the Guga Kingdom. Driven by tales of hidden Christian cities beyond the Himalayas, Portuguese missionaries arrived in 1624. Some believe Tsaparang may have inspired the legend of Shangri-La, a hidden realm of eternal happiness. Much remains to be discovered, however, as its remote location has limited archaeological excavations. Terracotta Army. Qin Shi Huang, who unified China, commissioned these statues as part of his vast funerary project. Their purpose was to accompany the emperor after death and guard him for eternity. To date, around 8,000 warriors have been unearthed, though many more are believed to remain buried along with horses and war chariots. Each warrior bears a unique face, reflecting the incredible artistic and technical skill achieved by craftsmen 2,000 years ago. Wusate Yadan Geopark. A natural wonder in Qinghai Province, located within the Chaidam Basin. Nowhere else on Earth features the rare combination of Yadan landforms alongside bodies of water. Wind, along with sporadic rains and occasional storms, has sculpted these formations over time. Hangzhou. Capital of Zhejiang Province, It has been admired since ancient times for its scenic beauty. It has thrived as a commercial city since the Qin dynasty. Marco Polo, who visited in the 13th century, described it as the most splendid and noble city in the world. Today, it's a leading Asian hub for technological innovation and e-commerce, known for high living standards and urban efficiency. Qianjiang New City is Hangzhou's financial, tech, and government district, built along the banks of the Qiantang River. Zheju Temple. Ancient and revered, this monastery in eastern Tibet is one of the founding centers of the Bon religion. Perched on the rugged slopes of Mount Zheju, it is inaccessible for much of the year due to the harsh climate. Because of the high altitude, visitors may experience symptoms of altitude sickness, so prior acclimatization is strongly recommended. Kunming. Capital of Yunnan Province, it's known as the City of Spring for its mild climate year-round. In April and May, thousands of jacaranda trees bloom, turning the streets a vibrant shade of purple. Fuxian Lake. Of tectonic origin, its water is so clear, it has been likened to that of the Swiss Alpine lakes. In 1992, archaeologists discovered the remains of an ancient sunken city at the lake's bottom, dated at 1,700 years old and linked to an unknown culture. Along the shore near Chengjiang lies a stretch of beach that takes on a soft pink hue, due to sand rich in quartz and reddish minerals. Kokha Lake. This small alpine lake of glacial origin lies in the western part of Sichuan province, in a remote area influenced by Tibetan culture. Traditional Tibetan homes surround the lake, their reflections on the water creating a profound sense of tranquility. Locals regard it as a sacred place, and Buddhist religious ceremonies can often be seen along its shores. Kongding. As the capital of the Ganze Tibetan Autonomous Prefecture, Kongding serves as a cultural and geographic crossroads between Tibetan and Han civilizations. The Jieduo River flows through the city center, fed by the melting snows from surrounding mountains. Namtso Lake. Located in the Tibet Autonomous Region, this is one of the highest and largest saline lakes in the world. Its high altitude brings extreme weather, with harsh winters that partially freeze its surface. For centuries, it has been a sacred site for Tibetans, attracting pilgrims who circle the lake as a religious act of purification. Jinan. The capital city of Shandong is known as the City of Springs due to the many natural fountains that emerge throughout the urban center. Situated between Beijing and Shanghai, Jinan is a key city in northeastern China, serving as a political, economic, cultural, and transportation hub. Qianfoshan, or Thousand Buddha Mountain, is a popular scenic and religious park on the southern edge of the city. In spring, the mountain bursts into color, with blooming plum and peach trees in shades of red, yellow, and green. At the summit stands the Thousand Buddha Temple, featuring a large golden-seated Buddha surrounded by hundreds of smaller statues. Nanchang. Capital of Jiangxi Province, Nanchang is known as the birthplace of the People's Liberation Army due to the Nanchang Uprising of 1927. It has grown into a major economic center, with strong industries in aviation, electronics, and automobile manufacturing. One of its iconic landmarks is the Tengwang Tower, considered one of the three great historical treasures of southern China. Wanshou Palace, dating back to the Tang Dynasty, is one of the city's oldest historical sites. It served as both a Taoist religious site and a bustling marketplace, a rare combination among ancient Chinese temples. Changzhou. With a history spanning 3,000 years, Changzhou has developed into an industrial and cultural hub in the Yangtze River Delta. The city sits on a flat, humid alluvial plain, interwoven with rivers and Yangtze tributaries. Tianning Temple, located near the Grand Central Canal and Hongmei Park, is home to the tallest wooden pagoda in the world, standing at 153 meters or 502 feet high. Baolin Temple, also in Changzhou, features a lotus-shaped design with golden petals, each housing a Luo Han, one of Buddha's original disciples. Hemu. This village lies in the far northwest of China, at the foot of the Altai Mountains, surrounded by conifer forests and glacial lakes. The Hemu River, fed by melting glaciers, winds through the valley and weaves its way past the village.
Qingdao.
Regarded as one of the cities with the best environmental quality in China, it is part of Shandong Province. Though inhabited since ancient times, Qingdao changed dramatically in 1898 when it was leased to Germany for 99 years and transformed into a naval base. The Shinan district features a German colonial zone, with a church, official buildings, consular houses, schools, and historic villas. The Jiaozhou Bay Bridge connects Qingdao with the Huangdao region. At its inauguration, it was recognized as the longest sea bridge in the world, spanning 26 kilometers or 16.15 miles. Huzhou. This city in Zhejiang province is known for its harmony between tradition and modernity. Its eco-conscious urban planning earned it the title of Model Ecological City in China. The ancient town of Nanxun within Huzhou combines traditional Chinese architecture with Western-style mansions, crisscrossed by canals lined with weeping willows. Gobi Desert. Stretching across China and Mongolia, this vast desert features arid plateaus, dunes, and canyons. It played a vital role along the Silk Road, with caravans traveling its paths to link China with Central Asia and Europe. The Gobi has some of the most extreme temperature swings on the planet, with winters plunging to minus 40 degrees Celsius or Fahrenheit, and summers reaching 45 degrees Celsius or 113 degrees Fahrenheit. Only about 5% is covered in sand. Most of the terrain is rocky, gravelly, or dry earth, giving it a rugged appearance. Yardongs are common in the windswept rocky areas. They resemble stranded ships, stone blades, or spiny ridges. Changsha. Capital of Hunan Province, it's known for its rapid urban development and spicy cuisine, and is home to high-tech companies, e-commerce firms, and advanced manufacturing industries. A vibrant center for entertainment and nightlife, the city boasts streets full of restaurants serving both traditional and modern dishes. Mao Zedong spent part of his youth in Changsha, where his revolutionary ideas began to take shape. In his honor, a statue stands on Orange Isle. Dali. Framed by Erhai Lake and the Tangshan Mountains, this city has long been a place of inspiration and rest for travelers, artists, and merchants. It was ruled for centuries by Buddhist leaders with strong Tibetan influence and was conquered by the Mongol Empire under Kublai Khan. It served as a strategic hub on the Tea-Horse Road, linking Tibet, Yunnan, and Southeast Asia, and still retains much of its original layout and city walls. The three pagodas, built beginning in the 9th century, form a symmetrical triangle symbolizing the city's spiritual protection. Thanks to its serene and alternative vibe, Dali has attracted many foreigners, who have made it home and formed a diverse community. Dalian. Located in Liaoning Province, this coastal city features European-style buildings, a legacy of its colonial era. It is the main warm water port in northern China. The Xinghai Bay Bridge is the city's modern jewel. It's one of the few double-deck sea bridges in Asia, designed to ease urban congestion and enhance connectivity between districts. Beijing. The capital of the country, it is an ancient city that served as the heart of several Chinese dynasties. At its center lies the monumental Forbidden City, the former imperial palace of the Ming and Qing dynasties. With nearly 1,000 buildings, it is the largest palace complex in the world. Nearby is Tiananmen Square, the largest public square on Earth, capable of holding up to 1 million people. The Temple of Heaven is a Ming Dynasty ceremonial complex, where emperors performed rituals for good harvests. The Summer Palace with gardens, lakes, and temples was the emperor's retreat, centered around Kunming Lake. Water occupies 3/4 of the space. Among the city's modern marvels is the striking Beijing Daxing International Airport, nicknamed the Starfish. It features cutting-edge technology, artificial intelligence for baggage handling, facial recognition, and automated boarding and security systems. Old Town of Lijiang. Tucked away in a remote corner of Yunnan, this historic city has resisted the rush of modern development. It serves as a launch point for exploring Tibet and the Himalayas, and a gateway to natural wonders like Tiger Leaping Gorge and Jade Dragon Snow Mountain. Founded 8 centuries ago during the Song Dynasty, it was a key stop on the Tea-Horse Road that connected China, Tibet, and Southeast Asia. At the heart of the town are the water wheels, built to harness the flow of rivers and canals, supplying power for grain mills and irrigation for nearby farmland. Gulangyu. Oval-shaped, with a jagged coastline dotted with coves and beaches, this small island lies just off the coast of Xiamen in Fujian Province. After the First Opium War in 1839, it became an international settlement. The British, Japanese, and French built mansions, churches, consulates, and schools here. A statue on the southern part of the island honors Jiang Chenggong, a national hero who resisted foreign colonizers. Lhasa. Capital of the Tibet Autonomous Region, it sits at about 3,650 meters or 11,975 feet above sea level, making it one of the highest cities on Earth. The city moves at a peaceful pace, surrounded by snow-capped mountains, with dry air and clear skies for much of the year. Pilgrims arriving on foot from all over Asia often experience altitude sickness due to the low oxygen levels. Rising above the Red Hill is the Potala Palace, a temple fortress composed of the White Palace and the Red Palace. Inside are prayer halls, mandalas, sacred texts, and ancient murals. Visiting it is a blend of spiritual devotion and physical challenge, with a stone staircase path that becomes demanding at such high elevation. Ganden Monastery. At an altitude of around 4,300 meters or 14,107 feet, this is one of the highest monasteries in the world. It was founded in 1409 by the great Buddhist master Je Tsongkhapa, founder of the Gelug school. Throughout its history, it has educated renowned scholars and Tibetan Buddhist teachers, serving as a center for deep philosophical and academic exchanges. Yuanmo Earth Forest. This geological wonder of clay and soil features natural formations that resemble castles, towers, and columns in hues of yellow, brown, red, and gold. Its formation is estimated to have begun around 1 and 2 million years ago, slowly shaped by harsh climatic forces. Moshi Park Scenic Area. Located in western Sichuan province, this scenic area features a stone forest of sharp, jagged rock formations. The contrast between black rocks, green meadows, and mountain backdrops creates a striking visual, especially in summer and autumn. Formed during the Quaternary period, these rocks are the result of tectonic activity that fractured and reshaped ancient rock masses. Wansheng Stone Forest. This is the oldest stone forest in China, predating the famous Kunming stone forest by over 200 million years. What was once a seabed transformed through tectonic shifts into today's unique geological formations. The rocks take on shapes resembling towers, mushrooms, swords, or animals. Aiyi River Scenic Area. Located in Chongqing, it was shaped by water erosion over thousands of years, resulting in vertical cliffs, caves, and stone reliefs. The river flows through a narrow channel, creating a serene setting of clear waters surrounded by lush vegetation. Wushan Three Little Gorges. These are narrow gorges carved by the Daning River as it cuts through Wushan Mountain. They are part of the area that was submerged after the expansion of the Three Gorges Dam Reservoir. Their emerald waters can be explored by small boats or sightseeing cruises. Qiandao Lake. Made up of thousands of islands rising from its waters, this artificial reservoir in Zhejiang Province was created in 1959 after the construction of the Xinan River Hydroelectric Station. The islands are actually the peaks of ancient mountains, partially submerged when the reservoir was formed. A glass observation deck above the lake offers panoramic 360-degree views. Luoping. This area in Yunnan is famous for its canola fields, which during blooming season blanket the landscape in brilliant yellow. Karst mountains, shaped like sugar loaves, rise from the ground like green islands in a sea of flowers. Hongshi National Geopark. This is a mineral forest whose unusual reddish color comes from iron-rich rock. Around 450 million years ago, the area lay beneath the ocean. Tectonic movements pushed it upward, creating the deep, fractured terrain seen today. Wulan Lake. Also known as the Heart of the Earth, this salt lake stretches across the Inner Mongolia Autonomous Region in northern China. It lies in a barren, remote, and arid area, with minimal vegetation. Its intense red hue comes from the high concentration of salts, metals, and microorganisms in the water. Nanning. Nicknamed the Green City for its year-round lush vegetation, Nanning is the capital of Guangxi and home to many ethnic minorities. Historically, it has served as a vital link between China and neighboring Southeast Asian countries, fostering cultural and commercial exchange. Nanhu Park is one of the city's green lungs, a favorite spot for both locals and visitors to enjoy nature in the heart of the urban area. Kanas Lake. A glacial lake located in Xinjiang near the borders with Russia, Mongolia, and Kazakhstan. It is the only place in China where a boreal forest, resembling Siberia's, is preserved. For centuries, locals have passed down legends about a giant lake monster lurking in its depths. It connects with the Irtysh River, which flows north through Kazakhstan and Russia into the Arctic Ocean. China's only river system with this destination. Nanxi River Scenic Area. The Nanxi River flows through this nature reserve, surrounded by rolling hills, natural pools, and waterfalls. It's known for its exceptionally clean and transparent waters, allowing clear views of the riverbed even in deeper areas. Ancient bridges, some as old as 5 centuries, span the streams and connect the surrounding villages. West Lake. Located in Hangzhou, it is bordered by hills on 3 sides and the modern city to the east. It became an imperial retreat during the Tang Dynasty and was expanded and beautified during the Song Dynasty. Leifeng Pagoda rises beside the lake. According to legend, it was at its base that a monk imprisoned the heroine Bai Sujin to keep her from her beloved. To the north, Baoqiu Pagoda stands directly across from Leifeng Pagoda, as if the two were gazing at each other. Other places. As the 4th largest country in the world, China is filled with countless wonders waiting to be explored. Huizhou, with beautiful beaches and pleasant weather year-round. Suosong, a Tibetan village where spring brings the peak bloom of peach trees. The caves of Mount Shumi, home to a colossal Buddha statue. The rice terraces of Guizhou, cultivated for centuries by ethnic groups such as the Miao, Dong, Puyi, and Yi. The Wuda Lianchi Scenic Area, a volcanic region with traditional Chinese temples. The Spring Temple of Buddha, the 2nd tallest statue in the world, standing at 128 meters or nearly 420 feet. Guided by its ancient wisdom and unmatched beauty, we look forward to meeting this giant of the East once again. Farewell for now, China.